What's going on? My name's Roman and welcome to Roman Rose Collectible Coliseum. On today's episode, we are taking a look at the Mezco 112 Collective Spider-Man. Let's go ahead and get on into it. So checking out this box, Spider-Man and the logo embossed on the front, 112 in the corner, Marvel on the other corner. Looking at the side, we have a beautiful blue and red contrast going on here. And then on the back, we have some images of Spider-Man himself, ages 18 and up. Not a toy for children, intended for adult collectors only. So let's take a look at everything that comes inside of the box. A 112 scale collectible figure featuring intricate, tailored costuming and over 30 points of articulation. We get 4 assorted web lines, 1 posable web line that happens to be 12 inches long, an alternate head, 112 collective display base, an adjustable posing post, and 8 interchangeable hands, as well as some action shots of the Spider-Man. Enough with the box, let's go ahead and get onto the figure inside. Wouldn't you know it, it's another slipcover just like on Deathstroke. Very plain packaging, 112 collective, 112 collective. And then here on the back we have another ant. Again, I don't know if his name is Anthony or Anthony, but we have the Mezco ant, very cool, I can dig it. 112 collective, pose, play, display. I think that this is the new standard in action figure. Mezco coming in like a wrecking ball and destroying the game. So again, if you don't like your boxes, please sell them on eBay because somebody will like your box. Let's go on to the figure, the man of the hour. Now you can't really see the assorted web lines that I put on him, but they look very nice right here. Let's go ahead and lower this. Here we go, it's Spider-Man. Now I have 2 assorted web lines. I do want to show you this. He comes with the new pegs that Deathstroke came with, and it looks much, much better. It's much easier to peg the wrists on and off. Just no effort required, and I'm not afraid I'm going to break it. It pops off so easily. I want to show you what they did with these hands. So with the whipping hands, they made it extra depth. They added extra depth on there, and they added a little groove right there, so you could take the web and stick it right there, and it sits flush. Oh, how smart was that? I love that they did that, and that's how you attach the webs, and it fits perfectly. No complaints whatsoever. So let's go ahead and get on into the figure. You can see clearly I have the 2 thwipping hands on him. If you don't know, thwipping is what it's called when he's shooting his webs. So very nice. The figure looks fantastic. I want to go ahead and take these off real quick because I feel like they're a little bit distracting. You know what? Let's go ahead and jump right into accessories before we talk about the posability of the figure. So let's go ahead and bust out our nifty, that little Mezco bag. These are the best bags in the business, let me tell you. So I'm going to dump that out. Here's a peg for the stand in case you don't want to use the clear arm, but I suggest using the clear arm. Here's that 12-inch web line, which is pretty hard to see, but it's a metallic wire in there. And how we know it's metallic is because this magnetic clamp, which clips onto your refrigerator or your desk or anything else that's magnetic, you just clip that on and you can hold Spider-Man in here. He fits really, really well. If I could show you that real quick. Boom. I mean, he fits perfectly, and then this is such a strong magnet, so I highly suggest using that. Very cool. Let's put some open hands on him. And again, they're so easy to port on and off. I'm very thankful to the Mezco gods that they did this, because this is just fantastic. So here we have a set of open hands used for climbing, and we'll get to the articulation of this figure in a second. I know, we're looking a lot at the figure, but not talking about it. Here is a extra head that has been often referred to as a Steve Ditko head. I don't know much about that era of the Spider-Man comics, but I can tell you it's a unique look, and I do like putting this head onto the figure. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at what that looks like. Uh-oh. 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 What's going on here? There we go. So very nice. Alright, along with the open hands, we do have a pair of fist hands, which are just closed fist, and we also have a pair of gripping hands. Actually, I switched a closed fist and a gripping hand on that last one. These are the 2 pairs of gripping hands. And you can actually stick the the adjustable web through there. They don't actually hold on that well, so I don't use them. The only ones I like to use are the whipping hands, the closed hands, and the open hands. So you get a really short line, a medium line. I know you can't see them. A short line, a medium line. You get a line that's longer than the medium line. I'd call that the large web line. It has the sticky open, like suction cup type web at the end. And then you get kind of this ladder line, which actually looks really cool. It's shaped kind of like the top of a house, but very nice, good sculpting. None of it glows in the dark or anything like that. Just very, very nicely sculpted. So on to the figure of the hour, it's Spider-Man. So we saw all the accessories he comes with, but I would like to talk about his articulation because it is amazing. There isn't a Mezco figure like this because Spider-Man should have the most articulation. So he has some sculpted boots and feet, which are really nice. The ankles could have more articulation. I will tell you that. They do feel a little bit stiff, but that double jointed knee looks awesome. The thigh swivel works 110%. The motion here in the hip is unlimited. I can tell you that much. So dun 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 dun. You got some hip motion here. So little ball joints at the hip. Great motion at the torso. You can see that this is kind of like a pleather plastic layer material that's mixed into the cloth. You know what? I don't mind it at all. There is some hard plastic here on the wrists, which are interesting because it goes from the wrist forearm area straight into that material. So different than Miles Morales. Definitely different than Miles Morales. But still good in its own right. So the ab crunch is actually fantastic. Goes that far back, goes that far forward. We get the head looking up, so you can get his hands kind of back on against the wall, just, you know, kind of sitting there Spider-Man-like. Just a very fun figure to pose. No complaints whatsoever, honestly. I couldn't recommend this figure enough. It was $80 on Big Bad Toy Store. They do not sponsor me. I just like buying figures from them. Double jointed elbows. Almost forgot. Double jointed elbows. We got great movement at the shoulder. Of course, the hands move any which way you want them to go. This guy is incredible. You can see that he does the splits. He can move his legs that far back. A pretty good split there on his legs. I mean, I could spend all day posing this guy. This is just one of the most posable figures I've ever seen, and the costume is absolutely beautiful. There we have the logo on the back. Let's go ahead, and I want to just get an official measurement on this guy because it's so good. Oops, sorry. I really, really do enjoy this. So let's go ahead. I want to get an official measurement on him. We're going to use our soft tape measure. Nice and straight. So this guy is at about 6.5 inches tall. I know it doesn't look like that on film, but at the angle I'm at, it is 6.5 inches. I think he passes the eye test. I think it's a great looking figure. I would highly recommend this figure for anybody who's a Spider-Man fan, a Mezco collector, or anywhere in between. You will not be disappointed with this Spider-Man Mezco 112 collective figure. I absolutely love it. Definitely in my top 10, maybe even in my top 5 of Spider-Man, or I'm sorry, Mezco figures. Definitely my #1 Spider-Man figure as of right now. So thank you to everybody who watched, and as always, peace, love, keep on collecting, and I will see you guys next time. Later.